Hey everybody, this is Nice. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Andrew Horn. I made a movie 5 years ago called The Demon and I, and I'm going to revisit that movie tonight. I've never done this before on my stream anyway, and I'm really pleased that it's going to be happening tonight. Before I get started with the movie, I'm going to just check my levels and everything, make sure this is all working. So I'm going to do a bit of I'm going to start a bit of the movie, and I'm just going to test my mic over the thing. So one second. Is that too loud? Let me know in the comments if that's too loud or anything, and we shall get started. Might be a second. Right. Okay. So we're going to try this. I'm going to maximize this so you can see the movie, and I shall do bits of commentary as we go on. This is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. So I do hope you enjoy this, folks. Thank you very much for joining me for this tonight. This was an important thing for me. This movie, I made it during the first lockdown. I made it for free. The idea was I'd just make it for me and my friends, just to distract us while everything was going on. And I've always wanted to kind of talk about the making of it. So it was filmed in people's houses. They'd send me footage that I'd asked them to film for me on their phones, and yeah, it was it was cut together. I didn't have any editing software. I didn't really know what I was doing editing wise, but I did my best with it. And there's a lot of stop music and stuff like that. And some bits of it work really well, some of it don't. But I'm really proud of what we put together, myself and my friends, this when we did The Demon and I. So I'm going to revisit it tonight with you people because you're marvelous, and I've always wanted to give a bit of a commentary on this. So let's get that down a bit and let's go, shall we? This is exciting. This is going to be a nice one to revisit for me. Let's get this done right. Where am I going? That's the one I'm after. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my world of The Demon and I, in which I played a paranormal investigator called John Evans, who went missing, and these are his recordings that were found long afterwards. While the investigation was still going on, and I got friends playing different characters who are judging whether or not my character was possessed or not. Let's go. This is my movie. This is what I made during lockdown and got interviewed on the BBC about. And yeah, I'm really proud of this. This was and is The Demon and I. So the intro piece here, the intro animation that was done by my friend Lee over at Time George Studios. I love that guy, marvelous guy. It was stop music. There was different music originally, but I used some stop music for this opening. So the intro piece here, the intro animation.
Right. Let's see what we've got this time. Standard residential area. Nice house, nice family. Hearing voices, quite a cold atmosphere in the house, that sort of thing. But there's been a lot of disturbances like this in this area.
This opening
lately.
scene here, this was
So,
shot.
I'm
The
wondering
opening
if
shot
it's
was
the same
the
thing.
top of Mile Road, and this was on a playing field near the co-op while the kids were playing. This is stock footage. It was the only England stock footage I could find. I was trying to show, things passing by.
So, who remembers the classic signs of a paranormal disturbance? First one,
Shots like this
change
were
in
filmed
temperature.
on my
That's the most
drive.
common thing I've experienced in places of spiritual interest when I've been investigating disturbances. There's always been a sudden, quite noticeable drop in temperature. Places can go from quite, nice, from quite humid, from quite cool to below freezing in a matter of moments, and that is a classic sign that something is up there. Another one would be electrical disturbances. Equipment doesn't always work properly. Could put it down to just electrical gremlins or something like that.
Look at me trying to act. I tried. I did my best.
Spirits don't like technology. They're not technological creatures. They are of pure psychic energy, and that doesn't work well with electronics. Strange smells are another one. Not always the best thing to experience, but a strange smell, especially of sulfur, something sulfuric in the air, that's also a bit of a telltale sign that something is amiss there. And the last one, of course, there'd be objects being moved around, strange noises, even voices. I'm sure I've heard some voices sometimes. When you think you've heard something and you can't be sure if you have or not. You don't know if it's you just going mad, or if there is something there. I think there is. Let's go find out.
Parts like this, I was trying to show that John Evans was making, doing these recordings, doing like YouTube videos and things like that, where he's being investigating things.
Recorded for posterity. I put up with a lot of people telling me I'm a fake, both online, in person, at events, and I'm fed up of it. Why would I waste my time making this stuff up? I've made mistakes before. Yes, I faked a case, I got found out. In all honesty, I think I panicked. The show became so big that I wanted to give tangible results. I'm sorry for what I did.
Well, these sections were shot late at night, once everyone else was asleep, once the kids were asleep and everything. And a lot of them you don't see. I've got a hoodie on and the hat, but it's like pajama bottoms most of the time.
So I just want to prove that this is real, and the things I've always been talking about are real. My name is John Evans, a paranormal investigator, and I'm being chased by something.
The introduction of this spooky music in the background.
Whatever it is, it's been following me around for years. Wherever I have worked, wherever I've investigated, it's been there, looking at me, waiting. It's there. I know what you're thinking, it's all in my head, I'm mental, I'm lying again. I know. Well, let me tell you this. This time, I've got proof.
I like the parts that I think work best in this movie are the sections where it's a voiceover over stock footage. I did all the demon voices and the audio mixing like that, and I think that works particularly well.
Just you wait and see.
This is one of those.
Let's get this done. This is John Evans. You know me. You're following me. You're toying with me. I want you to talk to me. At least that. So I can hear you, not in my head. You're so powerful. I know you can do that. I'm waiting. You made a laughing stock out of me. I'm not leaving until you answer me. I can feel you here, and you know that. Speak. Make yourself heard. do you want from me? For the recording, the temperature just dropped. It's freezing in here now. I can feel it. I'm not alone in here. The thing is watching and listening, but it doesn't trust the microphone. I swear I'm telling the truth. Why is it doing this to me?
Look, I am by definition a skeptic when it comes to people like John Evans.
Elizabeth Hartford, played by my friend Nick Ray,
Content that's
long-term
difficult to
friend.
face.
She's so lovely.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that he believes what he says. He truly does. Now, whether that means he's suffering from some sort of disorder or is actually onto something, well, that's a matter of debate until he can be cross-examined properly.
Look, the thing is with John is that he goes wherever the real investigators have already shown an interest. He doesn't just chase ghosts, he chases popularity. While there are genuine experts
This part was
out
played
there,
by
he isn't one
my
of them.
friend Pip Mason, who's a
I'll
comedian and
believe him
actor and
when I
writer
see
and
proof of these
amazing.
so-called disturbances, and not before.
I love what he did with that. I was so pleased. So some of this is set in my hometown of Sheffield as
Okay,
well. But
setting
it's
off
actually
to,
filmed in
Another
the
case
that is
where people
Sainsbury's
are
car park here
claiming
in
to be hearing
Arnold.
voices in the night. Seems to be a running theme with things I'm doing lately. Voices. I've got some interesting recordings that I want to share with you. When you hear those, you'll understand why I'm a little worried.
I
right
did
now.
these because I wanted to make sure there was some stuff outside, so I wasn't just filming it in the kitchen or, things like that. This is stock footage, just to show passage of time and things moving on, some creepy stuff like that. And then it moves back into footage of my friends, and I'm so grateful that they took part in this, were into it. This is Mark Holmes, the comic book writer that I've written comics with, been in the comics with, FemForce and stuff like that over in the States.
Himself that his so-called investigations have garnered results, yet there is scant evidence to support this. He is very good at manipulating the perceptions of his surroundings during his recordings. I think it is just a cry for attention more than anything. He is looking for shares and likes. It is no different to an old-fashioned TV stations trying to improve their ratings. The man is a fraud.
I can't believe people are debating the merits of John's investigations. The man is missing, for God's sake.
Sophie was played by a lady I worked with at a large retailer's head office.
If he's in trouble,
She's so nice.
he can get in touch with his family. I don't believe in what he does, but I do believe in him. He is a good man, and if he needs help, then he should have it.
Matt Harper was played by Mark Dale, filmmaker, comic book writer,
He made it worse
YouTuber
here.
from the
We're
States.
trying to move house now, but no one wants to buy. I mean, can you blame them? Screaming in the middle of the night, walls bleeding, weird static electricity things going on. It's too weird, man. He came here to investigate some weird sounds and wound up bringing out something just evil.
This is real. Evans is telling the truth. How do I know? I know because the same thing came after me. It won't stop. It never will. It only left me alone because it moved on to Evans. He's in danger.
This is my buddy
Life
Kai,
and death,
who's
man. Life
one of the
and
most
death.
handsome people you will
He's
ever
probably
meet.
already dead.
This is Rob Lane playing Zachary Gordon, the guy behind the 80s video
This is a
shop
tricky one.
and the Straight to Video podcast.
I've done a lot of
And
stuff in the past.
you've seen Rob many times on my channel, and here he is acting like he did in One Night Rental later.
But in recent times, his content's changed. It's less about getting a cheap scare out of a creaky floorboard, and it's more about something darker. I don't know if the work's getting to him, but there's something going on there. Even if it's just in his head. These things can get in your head, though. They really can. I think he's telling the truth.
I love that guy. Thank you so much, Rob. Dominic Saunders played by my dude, Mark Roger.
It's the real thing. He hasn't posted anything in ages. I hope he's okay.
John Evans is being followed by this entity.
Sarah played by my friend Jean. Dark happened with this. Weird happened with this. The footage froze when I was editing it. It stuck there, so I just made it look like she died, and I think it added something a bit more spooky to it.
These shadows want what the living have. This being wants his life.
I had my differences with John, but the things we experienced on the cases we worked together...
Becca, played by my old friend Angela Grant.
I totally believe
Love you,
that one of the entities we investigated is focusing its influences on him. He's very susceptible to psychic attacks. It's entirely possible that this thing is trying to destroy him. The dead hold grudges.
The case of John Evans is an interesting one. Usually there are cracks in the story, signs that the claims have been falsified, but with him, he's given times, dates, precise locations, localised atmospheric details and more. When he started gaining more viewers because of his claims...
Some music fans may recognise this lady. This is Kim Sevier, formerly of the band Touchstone, prog rock musician, amazing singer, a really sweet person.
How can it be the truth?
I was delighted that Kim did that.
It was amazing when he helped us with the disturbance.
Jessica, played by my friend Gemma Lawrence.
He even showed us the
Known her for, God, 25 years now.
and get the entity to speak with him. They knew his stuff. We haven't had any problem at all since. Whatever it was, he took it with him.
At this point, I can't say much about the case right now as it's ongoing, but I'm getting closer.
Joseph Ballantyne, played by writer and photographer extraordinaire Adrian Hextall. Lovely dude.
Stream from things written on walls, strange burn marks, odd unnight items that are strung up from trees and doorways. It's like he's giving me a trail to fight. What do I think is going on? Well, it's not what I was hired for. I just have to find him. But I will say this. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to find him alive.
Where's the evidence that Evans is a fake? He puts stuff out regularly that's
My buddy Sean.
and I, for one, believe him. I think people just try to discredit him.
Sean's a legend to me. Musician, old friend. I met him when I was working in a shopping centre, a comic store.
His agenda is all about getting the truth out there.
What a nice guy. I'm really grateful people did this. Here's another of the voiceover ones that really came out well. Oh yeah, I inserted some like journal entries as well, which helped to explain some of the story that I'd missed recording footage for. So some stuff I did it as text, as though it was quotes, and I think it came out all right. They're in a movie. How can this not be a good movie? It's great. Again, this refers back to Andy Hill's character. This was a lot of late notes. It was very I don't regret any of it. I'm really pleased with it even now, even though I know all the rough edges and there's some sections that didn't really work. Also, there's so the full length one was 2 short films that I put together with some extra bits and bobs added to it to make it feature length.
I really spend too much time sat alone in dark rooms.
Tell me about it.
Can't be good for my mental state. Maybe I am just imagining all this. What am I doing with my life? Hello? Hello? I'm really sorry I faked that case. Everything else has been real. All of it. I'm just trying to show you that I'm not what you think I am.
It's the only time I've acted, so...
Is anyone there?
I enjoyed doing it. Like the audio ones, a lot of them recorded in the kitchen. About
You're just purposely being silent now and leaving me alone. For God's sake, I'm going mad.
I know you're there. I know you're there. Say something. Say something. Prove I'm not mad.
I told you this was real. I told you all along, everything I've been saying is completely real.
It's like it was filmed in the corner of the bedroom while the kids were getting ready to go in the bath and people were getting ready for nighttime, that sort of thing. Pleased with the CGI breath coming out there.
Let's try this again. For the recording, I had to gather myself after the presence manifested. That was scary. I'm okay now, I think. The room is so cold, it's real. I'm here. I'm listening. Tell me what it is you want. Move my hands? I don't know what you mean. You want to use my hands? You mean you want to take over this body? Is that it? Do you want a human body again? What for? You've crossed over. This isn't your world anymore. This is our time. Yours has passed. It's time to go in peace. It's time to give me some peace. You can't use me. No deal. Jesus Christ. Now I get why it's following me. What's my vessel? Oh God, now what do I do?
I just realised I'm on mute, so I've paused myself. Damn it! I've paused there because I just want to get in something in before you hear my friend Hugh doing the voice of Clifton Regent. The narration he does in this is incredible. His voice is so beautiful. So tell this is live, can't you? So I was on mute. Sorry about that. So the effects I did for the demon voice, it was me talking in empty kitchen, just doing the John Evans lines, and then I was intercutting that with the demon lines, which I performed with a bit of reverb, a pitch shifter, and pull stretch them, and bit of distortion, so that you get the full demon effect there, and it makes it sound nice and spooky. So I will continue now, and you guys can hear my friend Hugh playing Clifton Regent, renowned psychic and occultist. Okay, let's go back.
This is not a random disturbance. The force that has latched itself onto John Evans will not stop until it has taken every last shred of his sanity.
That guy's voice.
This being cannot directly influence this plane of existence, but it can force a person to do it for them. And John is uniquely sensitive to psychic influences. That's what makes him such an effective investigator. He needs to be found, and quickly, before the presence influences him too far.
I could listen to Hugh talk all day. That guy's voice is just wonderful.
In his videos.
Chloe here is played by my friend Rose. I used to work with at again in the office years ago. Lovely person.
I've tested some of his recordings as well, and I can't find any signs of tampering. I would like to speak to him in person. There's more to these places than we know, and what if he's right about an entity following him? Think about what that could mean.
John contacted the show on many occasions, either to...
Pausing this here. This is Candice Fitzroy, played by my best friend Charlotte Hukin, who's an actor and director. She does a lot of theatre work, and she's one of the coolest people I know. She's my best friend, and I really owe her a great debt going through all these life changes I've been going through in the last few months. It's been really appreciated. But what I will say is there was written a Candice spin-off from this movie called The Demon in I, Candice. And we still haven't filmed it. The script is done. It's based around Candice and the show that she did. It's called Shadowhunters there. I had to change it because I forgot that there was already a property called Shadowhunters. But yeah, she was a standout in this because of the accent she puts on. But it always makes me laugh when I see her act in plays and stuff, because she doesn't sound like that. She's from Yorkshire like me. In fact, same city, from Sheffield. But she's a great actress, great director, brilliant friend. And when The Demon in I came out, I kept getting comments saying, can we have a Candice spin-off? That's the effect she had on my viewers. Carry on, Charlotte.
ask questions or to provide feedback. And until recently, I thought that he was positively sane. Until the voices. We've never caught on tape in all our 6 series so far. Well, disturbances, they just don't work like that. Personally, I think this is a cry for help. He knows he's made mistakes in the past, and I think he's trying to drop some sort of credibility. The fact that he's missing right now suggests to me that he's doing a publicity stunt. I mean, seriously. A demon directly speaking to him and allowing itself to be recorded. Well, that's just not possible.
Something I have to mention here is that I don't know where this extra footage is, but there was footage of Charlotte doing multiple takes of that scene. And I think I had about 7 where she just gets halfway through a line and then just yells bollocks at the camera. And I wish I had kept those clips where she's just doing that, and I could have done a blooper reel, because she's got the marvelous, gorgeous English accent there, very clear, posh English accent. And then she just drops it and says, bollocks! So I am sad that those are missing, those clips. Again, some of the journal entries that were to fill the story out where I'd missed recording bits. When I wrote the film, the original script was based around random dialogue I'd written and sent to my friends on Facebook Messenger. So that's and then they built the story around it and shot all my John Evans scenes, putting it all together. That's how
It's easy for the masses to mistake psychic sensitivity for madness. However, for those of us who've stared into the abyss and have not only seen it staring back but actively reaching for us, well, one can be the result of the other. If you're touched by the afterlife, it's not by visions of paradise or purgatory. It's by the infinite, formless chaos that rages just out of our reach. It takes a formidable mind to look back to this world after seeing that one, still remains sane.
nice segue there from stock footage to the kitchen midnight.
So
John Matreas is just out of shot.
I'm going to try an experiment. I've always wanted to try this. This thing is playing with me, so I'm going to play it in turn. I have a theory that if I leave a recording going, the entity may well change it in some way or tamper with the footage. I'm going to record on tape rather than digital, so it has something physical to manipulate. It's worth a try. I'm going to leave it in alone in the room. I'll come back later and see what we've got.
Stock footage from Pixabay edited together.
I've done it. I've figured it out. I know why it wants me, and I know who it is. I've been researching the places, I've been working cases, found something I missed before.
Time for some exposition.
A lot of stuff been going on. It's hard to piece it together as it looks like the details were covered up at the time. Presence hasn't been following me, I've been following it. The places, the houses, factories, the weird little streets I've been visiting are crime scenes. Decades ago, a man called Frederick Faraday brutally murdered 26 people. This guy. He was a known occultist with an encyclopedic knowledge of demonism, demonic rites, not devil worship, nor necromancy, things like that. Something darker.
The limitations of phones, I think, makes it look a bit more like a proper mockumentary, and the limited quality of it. That's how I got around having it needing to look amazing. I knew it was going to look rubbish quality-wise, so that's why I told myself that's all part of the aesthetic.
Beyond his mortal days. Isn't that what everyone wants? As to why this being, this consciousness that may have been Frederick Faraday, wants me, well, that's harder to say on camera. It appears my family tree has been doctored, changed somewhere along the way to hide the fact that we share a bloodline. I believe he wants me to carry on his work.
See, that's why Faraday, the demon, is after John. He wants him to carry on his work. I was trying to pull the threads together. This stock footage is supposed to be Rotherham, so I looked for something that looked knackered, because, it's clearly America in the background, but, did my best.
For the recording, I'm at a factory there was an asylum in the time of Faraday. This is where he was last seen, being attacked by the inmates after beheading one of them. Eyewitness reports said he was screaming about serving his masters when those poor people attacked him. This was another age, another world. There was no security, no separation for safety. Faraday was torn limb from limb. His face peeled off of his skull by the hands of the diseased and the damned. Nothing was left when the mob eventually dispersed. There were no remains. Some said the inmates ate him.
He's dead. John Evans is dead. He's alive as well.
Sellers from
He's both dead and alive.
Oh God, I've got Silver Screen podcast, which I've been on. Lovely.
The thing after him, it wanted John to feel what it was like to be dead just as much as it wanted to remember what it was like being alive. He's gone. It's too late.
Is that right, Mr. Faraday? Did they rip you apart? Man, I wish I could too. I'm here to get you out of my head and my life forever. For the recording, it just got really cold in here. The air smells like copper and blood and static electricity. He's here. Whatever he is now, he's here. Did you get your wish, Faraday? Did you get to be a demon? Oh God. Something hit me. Show yourself, Faraday. Come on, you coward. There you are, you sick bastard. I'm here to tell you once and for all that your bloodline ends with me. This is it. I'm not going to be a slave, do you hear me? No, I don't. But what if I kill myself? That's okay. I don't need to do that. I just need to bleed. For the recording, I'm going to make an incision in my arm with a razor. Spilling the blood of his bloodline in the place of his death. I believe I can trap him here. Flow. See it, Faraday? See? This is your final resting place. John Evans of the Faraday bloodline bind you to this curse. Bind you to it!
Pleased with that one.
I think it is anyway.
This sequence, I had to shoot this. I had to turn this black and white when I shot it, because I'd run out of red food coloring. So the blood actually in this shot, when you see the blood on my arm, it's actually bright blue. That's the only one I've got left. So it's syrup and bright blue food coloring, because I actually didn't have anything else for this shot. So that's why you've got this, and didn't quite make myself low enough on the camera so that when it got edited it was kind of squashed up, but I tell myself it gives it atmosphere. This is sat on the kitchen floor again, pajama trousers on, outdoor coat, pajama top on under there, and some syrup on my arm. It was free, come on.
Oh God.
Didn't work.
didn't make it obvious where this places. So Faraday, I am free. So Faraday is now in.
After we last spoke regarding John, a presence contacted me during a session of astral projection. It claimed to be John himself, lost in the limbo between worlds. It claimed that he had been ripped from his body, and that vessel was then occupied by a murderer who descended to demonhood following its own mortal days, and was walking our cities in John's body as a free man. Some may say this is impossible, ridiculous nonsense. Those of us who are equally blessed and cursed with the gifts we live with.
These are all photos from my old Facebook post from years ago.
We know otherwise.
Here in Nottingham, no idea where the stock footage was filmed, but it said England. Back in the car again.
I'm freaking out. The thing after me is not going to stop until I'm gone.
Where was
completely gone?
All right.
So I'm setting up constant recordings, video, audio, everything I can.
I realise how mad I will have looked doing this in car
whatever happens next, whatever happens to me.
So the car is full of shopping.
I want there to be a record of it. I want there to be proof so people can see that I'm telling the truth about all of it. I don't know when it'll strike again. I can't tell. But I want to be ready when it does.
There's more grey on my chin now.
And something you've got to remember about demons, and indeed any higher forms of supernatural being, is that they'll have their own agenda, as well as doing whatever they need to for their.
So this is, by this point, we've now moved into the footage from the second film that I made of it, which was called The Demon and I Birthright. And while some of it was really good, some of it really didn't work. I mean, it ended with the demon being excised by an exorcised from me by process of sort of a Doctor Who style regeneration. So like there's like lightning effects and all sorts, and it didn't really work. It didn't fit with the horror feel of the movie. So when making the feature length version, which was still finished in lockdown, I removed a lot of that, added some new stuff. And try to stitch it together into a better narrative.
Heard to some, but not others. What is it about us that makes us sensitive? I have to wonder if there's something genetic in it. It can't be random. There has to be something tangible that makes people like me more open to be contacted.
Oh God, I'm so young there.
Echoes of people. I mean, what if they want me to do something on their behalf? I probably would, in all honesty. What if it helps them rest in peace? I'd never do anything to hurt anyone.
Give my cat.
These killings are not random.
Steve.
There is a definite pattern. Evans couldn't plead.
Christopher Newton was played by Steve Webb, that worked in the comic shop with me. What a legend.
Even if he doesn't exactly know who he is right now, who knows what he'll do next. I can't predict his next target. But one thing I can tell you for sure. He already knows them.
I can't believe I trusted the guy in our house.
Mark Dale again.
No wonder he couldn't get rid of whatever it is that's plaguing us.
Look at that beard, it's marvelous.
He's a trouble magnet, that's for sure. For what it's worth, I think he's lying. The guy's a maniac. I mean...
Thanks, man.
Who's going to be next?
The afterlife is present in some form in every great religion.
That's Jean, who was killed in the first movie. That's why it's listed as archival footage. She wants to be in it again, so of course I'd put her in the second one.
Every faith has its dark forces and its secrets. The beings that John Evans chases could date back to the dawn of creation, for all we know. He needs to be careful.
Before Sarah Moon passed on in life, she passed on the details of John's plight to me.
That's Elsie.
I have some experience
knew
in
her
dark
very
forces.
well at the time.
This thing which
Friend
appears
of a
to have taken
friend.
John over. Well, it's far beyond anything I've known before. It isn't just a possession. It's the start of something that could spread. And I don't have any pleasure in saying that. Dark days are coming.
I believe John Evans
Mark
is
again?
innocent.
Dude.
It's not him doing those things, it's Faraday. People need to start believing in more than what they see.
I know what the media are doing. They're trying to make out that John's a lunatic.
Gemma again.
I only know John from him helping get rid of a presence from our house, but
I wanted to get as many people from the first one in as I could in the footage for the second one. It's filmed on my back garden.
I've read a lot of other stuff I hadn't expected to see in there. It seems that there was a lot of mention of psychic disturbances and even psychic abilities in family members that I didn't know I had.
And parts like this are improvised as
A
well.
lot of his victims
I don't think this was in the script for Birthright.
displayed some form of paranormal ability, be it telekinesis,
Cameo from Next Door's dog.
ESP, or anything else like that. And somehow they made him go away.
And one problem with Birthright is that I think I made it too talky and not enough stuff happened in it. There was lots of stuff for me talking to
figure
camera.
out what it was
So
that made
while
it
there's
go
still
away.
a fair bit in it now, I did reduce the amount greatly. And there's a bit trimmed out of this that wasn't in the that was still in the feature version, just because of a technical fault. And I also replaced like 48 seconds in the music as well,
People like Clifton Regent, Sarah Moon,
because I got a copyright thing for it last time.
even Candice from that Shadowhunters show. I know she has her issues with what I do, but she knows her stuff. And that's what I need at the moment. I'm out of my depth with this. I'm going to need some help. I can't keep this thing back on my own.
I know you can see me, John. I know you're watching me now, just as I watched you for so long.
This is me being possessed with the same CGI breath effect coming out of me as before, but I wanted to move it so it was coming out of my eye. This is what I was thinking at the time.
Aging past your best. You've wasted all chasing
was got like half speed and then sped up.
to live. But this is my skin now. Mine, John. And I will fulfill potential you could never attain.
So this is what it was like, eh, John? Wandering dark rooms and talking to yourself. What a sorry life you were leading. Well, I know.
To be fair, that's how I recorded it. That's how I made it.
Listen to this. We'll only have this body for a limited time. Soon it will die, but I will be long gone and so will you. You're being kept in that nowhere place to maintain this body. We're linked, you and I. We always were. How does that feel, John? How does it feel to know I've always been there, looking over your shoulder?
I wish I'd done it a bit deeper. How does it feel, John?
And I'll see to it that nobody ever forgets that. I'm gonna kill everyone you held dear. No one will be able to stop what needs to be done.
The last time I spoke with John in person, he wanted to know about invocation rites. He wanted to bring this entity out into the open and confront it. I think even then, it had been plaguing him. This was always a dark path for him to follow, and I discouraged it. But he was always quite attuned to other planes of existence, and indulging him in this quest may have directly contributed to him being possessed. I feel at least partially responsible for this. And I'm doing all I can to bring John, the real John, back.
Yeah, Clifton, it was your fault, mate.
After we last spoke about John, I visited some of the sites that his confrontations with this entity is supposed to have taken place. What I found at each site has proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that John's claims were genuine. he was being stalked by this thing, and I believe it has indeed taken him over. Don't believe me? Here, I can give you the footage I shot. You'll see what this thing left behind.
Cue the CGI effects behind Lord Studios. That's me moving stuff around in the kitchen for effect to make it sound like I was somewhere cold.
Circle is drawn. I am prepared. Do you hear me, John Evans? The right, my birthright, is underway. For this recording, I'm going to cut into the scar in his body's left arm. Let it bleed and be a beacon across the veil. You can feel madness clawing at the edge of his brain. Life is torture. Life is suffering. Life is wrong. Let the ritual show you that I am loyal. It will carry out the wishes of those who breathe in realms of death. Take this blood as an offering. I will always spill more in your name. Take this blood.
This time the blood was red. It wasn't blue food coloring, but I wanted to maintain the look of the first one. But it was like Warhammer paint and poster paint that I used, black and red, to give it that sort of depth with a J cloth used for wiping things up.
Never been alive. Oh. That's a very, very powerful being. It was those who gave me my great work. Collect human souls, ascend to demonhood, pave the way.
So it shows that Faraday was being egged on by demonic forces in order to release them upon the world.
Dead want to infiltrate the world of the living. We want it back.
This has got different music to the version that I released on YouTube. It needed it had a content ID that was making it a bit of a problem, so I got rid of that, changed that. And there's a bit of footage missing here that I just had a technical issue with. So I was trying to make myself look here like this stock footage that follows. All this CCTV footage, so again I could explain the difference in quality and the difference in angles and so on. Then further showing that Faraday means business and he's carrying these things out. But doing it in the documentary style meant I didn't have to show it because it could be after the fact and spoken about by other characters or shown on screen like this. I just didn't have the ability to do these effects on screen. However, there are some pictures that I doctored off friends that didn't want to act in it but wanted to appear as corpses. So there are some clips with people as corpses.
I have nothing to say that I was wrong in my judgment of John Evans and his work, but I was. Evidence has been presented that has changed my mind, but the fact remains that John has not always acted truthfully. Is he responsible for these murders? I am yet to be convinced either way, but I will search the astral plane for answers. The truth needs to be revealed.
I love this that Dr. Yates Mark used a just like a bowl and a vacuum cleaner hose to look like a respirator, and
I have conversed with spirits regarding this matter,
Kelly,
and they
she's
want
cool.
no part of this battle between Evans and Faraday. The demons that watch are spiteful and callous, and all they want is chaos. The problem is, now they know we are watching, and they're sending their messenger in its human body to silence us with blood.
Possession is real. There are so many documented cases, it's impossible to deny. And there are records of possessed people doing impossible things.
I love it that Sean's background here is covered in video games and action figures.
For Christ's sake. Faraday has to be stopped. John's out there somewhere, and someone has to help him get back.
John has had his fair share of bad times in recent months, with his career crumbling, his marriage breakup, and some obvious psychological issues, causing him a lot of trouble. But I mean, is he capable of mass murder? I mean, is he capable of such brutality? I'm not convinced.
I had my issues with John. Many of us did, but recent events have given me the proof that I needed to see. John was indeed onto something with the Faraday entity. The stories, they all check out. Faraday's killing spree, his demonic dabbling, John's altered family tree. The pieces fit together, and they form a terrifying picture. It is not John committing these awful crimes. That much is certain.
Pip, I love you, dude. Like a ginger Matt Berry.
Together.
Louise is placed by my friend Sarah, who I know from a guitar shop.
It was Faraday. I heard the voice, that same voice, in John's recordings. This is real. John is innocent.
I found John amidst the veil between this world and death. We have spoken, although not in a conventional sense, and I now know what must be done. The demon that was once Frederick Faraday wants dominion over as many souls as possible, so that it may tear the veil asunder and spew forth its pestilence. I have given John what instruction I can.
Spew forth its pestilence.
I fear that all is lost.
I am 100% certain that it isn't John committing these awful crimes. John is being used.
Why were
by
you Liverpudlian in this,
Faraday.
Angela? I've always wondered that. It
I've
works.
been through John's archives and it all adds up. The entity is trying to fulfill a bargain it made on the other side. The question is, who is it working for?
I've seen it. The demon that's taken John Evans' body. It's like looking at madness itself. Deep in the shadows of the veil between worlds, I can see it. And it's not alone. Far from it. They are legion. And they're coming.
The pattern of killings is plain to see. Each one of the victims has been alleged psychics, claiming to have contacted the spirit of John Evans. It's almost as though they are being picked off to stop anyone getting in the way of it completing its work. But that begs the question, what is the work that it is trying to complete? What if it is working for a higher power? This time, I am siding with the work of John Evans. These are unprecedented times. John, if you can hear me, I can help you. You know where I am.
Charlotte did so well with that. Love these recordings.
A light from journeys that must not speak. I am the guide you all must seek. In blood and pain I have defiled the living flesh of those reviled. I bow to you, my masters many. Await your guidance, I welcome any. I invoke you now, the breath of gods, to part the skin and raise the odds. My honored teachers, if you brought me John Evans, I need to converse with him.
He is here. The John Evans will speak.
You never told anyone, John, about the sickness inside you. The tumour that went away but will come back.
See, this part I still don't like. I would take this out and replace this. I don't like this one at all.
Would have done. At least I've spared you a painful death. This body will end soon. You will end soon. This is the house where it began. It made sense for me.
This is
Come
me
back here.
lying on my bed trying to put more exposition into the sequel. I couldn't take all of it out, otherwise it would just leave holes in things, but I regret this bit. So if I recut it,
and then it's done,
which I might do, I'll take this out.
It's done.
This is how we filled our time during lockdown, man.
John. I'll end this body, John.
Me trying to be mad. But yeah, this is how we filled our time. We did crazy projects, and you know, we played games and we wrote stuff and we drew and we painted, and I just did like Doctor Who Big Finish style, yelling in the kitchen as a demon.
He's here with me. John's right here in this room, and he's watching me. Just as I watched him for so long. He's talking to me in my head, or his head. He's trying to start a war. Well, you can have one, John. Kill me in this body, and you die too. No. You can't take me out of it, John. Not ever. You're too weak. Too weak. I will move your hands. Not like this. I did what you said. I did it all. Killed them for you, so where's my
instead
reward?
of you turn that down.
Where is it?
Now instead of John arguing with the demon, we've got the demon Faraday arguing with his masters while in John's body.
Frederick Faraday. Lied to us. The John Evans has revealed all. You sought only to live, not to ascend. He lied to you. Are you seriously going to believe him? I am your messenger, a servant. I did as you asked.
See, that's all getting a bit
For your own ends.
Pyramids of Mars Doctor Who, that isn't
I
it?
will complete my work. I will gather the final souls.
Again, here I'm trying to fill in some exposition that I couldn't shoot footage for with Clifton giving John advice. If I'd shot all this, the movie would have been about half an hour longer. You know, things.
Take back my body, Faraday. Give it back to me. You can't bear to admit that this has always been your purpose, can you? Your bloodline is my bloodline. A line of killers serving their masters. Well, now you should see me as yours. Not a slave. I'm John Evans. No, no, no. Get out of my mind, Evans. Get out. There are secrets you should never see. Secrets that should change everything. Get out. The truth is seen at last. I have found my proof. You are never going to obey your masters. The demon wanted freedom from its bargain, didn't it? I'll show them Faraday. This is a war you can't win, Evans. You can't stop me. I'm already dead, Frederick. I can't suffer more. I am John Evans, and I'm not dead. The demon and I have made a bargain. I gathered those links to me, and they will be my weapons. They will be my ritual circle. They will be the binding and the banishing of Faraday. Rise up. Rise up. The skin is mine.
My favourite section of the whole movie, like the last. Yeah. It's John's. I need your help.
This power is mine.
So that, just pausing that there for a second, this was where the original version of Birthright ended, and it went all kind of Doctor Who with the regeneration, and then it stopped. But it wasn't dark enough. It felt a bit too sci-fi for me. So when I was putting the feature version of this together, I got rid of that entirely and shot an entirely new ending, which starts here. So this is no longer stuff from Birthright. This is all original stuff for the feature-length version, and I think it gives it a much stronger ending.
I know what Evans has revealed to you. It's a lie. Believe him. Me, servant. This is my time. I promise. I carried out everything I said that I would. I fulfilled my bargain. On the eve of you fulfilling yours, you listen to the Evans. A liar, proven through his life of failure and nothing. I am Frederick Faraday. I am your servant. Perhaps one day, I'll be your master. Evans is here. I feel him. In league. You are in league. I will see to it that you will suffer.
cough was real. Now John has transferred back into his body briefly.
It's me. It's me. It's John. I'm back. I'm back. I found out how. I know how. I know what I've got to do. I've got to get away from here. As far as I can.
I think that part with the in the dark then, that's the part where I got closest to doing actual acting. I was really proud of that. This footage here in the car was me on the school run home. I just left my phone on the seat and recorded myself, tried to look in character for a bit.
I know where it has to end. I won't say where exactly in case anyone finds these recordings. I want this to be over so nobody else gets hurt. This was a place I always wanted to return to. I ended a haunting here once, a suicide. Presence passed on peacefully, leaving the structure alone. It's clean, perfect. No marks or anything in anyone. Just how it should be. If he gets out again, he can't hurt anyone here.
This was in Gedling Country Park near Arnold. We'd walk a lot with the family.
Even in the quiet moments, I know I'm being watched. It's so strange. It's like knowing someone else is looking through your eyes at the same time as you. I can't explain it really. I realise how this looks. People died. A lot of people. And the man being chased for killing them runs off into the middle of nowhere. I know how it looks. No one believed me either. I made a bargain on the other side. Faraday's superiors, I guess. Demons far higher echelons than him. They allowed me to come back through the connection to those who know me. They let me back. It wasn't just me fighting. I'm glad my friends could do that. They acted as anchors to this world. The bargain is that I have trapped Faraday here.
This gave rise to a far darker ending than big sparkly CGI. I didn't want to do that. There are some little elements of it, but I wanted to do something a lot nastier. So that is what I present here to you now. All shot around the house.
Bloody cold. At least there's no one around. I'm sure people out there are wondering what it's like to be dead on the other side. It's really hard to put into words. And what's the afterlife like? It's dark. It's dark and it hurts. But there's work to do.
never hurts anyone ever again. I have to. I mean, it could be you. He could come after you.
Please, about how the light catches something here. You'll see it.
Got to stop him. I've got to let the demon out one more time. Just one more time.
The big ending. The battle. Souls perspectives.
Just as you used your friends to bring you back, I'll use the souls of my victims to destroy your grip on the skin. Give it to me, John. The skin is mine.
Please, if you're watching, please stay with me. I don't want to die alone.
The lighting for this was a toy sonic screwdriver.
Face him alone. This is war. You want this skin, Faraday? Take it.
You've been my curse through life and death. No more. Do you hear me, demon? This ends on my terms. I'm not a killer, and neither am I your next victim. I'm John Evans, and I'll take you to the grave with me.
And this is my favourite. I'm proud of this.
I guess it's yours. After all.
Love all the ending. Faraday dies in John's body. The effect here, where I lay down for quite some time, was achieved by taking this clip, splitting it with some TV static, like this. You can see here. And then replaying the same clip. So it looks like I'm lying still for ages. It's just the previous bit played again. Unlike documentaries and mockumentaries end with text giving a denouement, leaving it open. Because I love things linking to sequels. there you have it. So there was my movie. That was The Demon and I, starring me, Andrew Horn as John Evans, and Frederick Faraday, and the Demon Voices, with a bunch of friends from my Facebook list who wanted to join in as well. So we got some people that do actually act. We got writers, musicians, photographers, artists in there. I've got some CG effects, CGI opening sequence from Tidejaw Studios, my buddy Lee there, with some original music. Lots of stock footage and a lot of late nights cutting stuff together. I hope you've enjoyed revisiting this with me. I know it's a bit of a weird watch, but this is how we filled that time. So thank you ever so much for everyone that was involved. I love you so much. Honestly, thank you for doing this for me, joining in with this crazy thing. And thank you to everyone watching this tonight. I really appreciate that as well. My name shows up a lot in this, and other things like there's free music in here as well. Yeah, Radio Nottingham, Gedling Iron people covered it after the original came out. There it tells you about Birthright being cut together. It was all made during lockdown. I never finished that book, Screaming in the Kitchen. I might put it out as a Kindle release at some point. That'd be awesome. Of course, it says the demons will return. That was The Demon and I. I've still not made the sequel Candice yet, and I might do one day. I might do a fiction projects around it. But that was my movie, The Demon and I, and I'm really grateful to anyone that's joined me tonight over on YouTube or Twitch to watch this and just revisit it with me. And it was a pleasure to make. I think I annoyed everyone with it, to be honest, because I put a lot of effort into it. And yeah, it's free. It's very rough around the edges. It's not perfect, but I'm really proud of what we were able to pull together over a few weeks during lockdown when we were just all going a bit mad. So I thought I'd do something ridiculous. So I am Andrew Horn. Please do check me out on YouTube or Twitch for Planet Hex and my VHS 8 My Brain podcast. And just check out the stuff I do. I really appreciate it. Check out my books, VHS 8 My Brain, and VHS 8 My Brain 2, The Revenge, and all the other books and stuff I've put out. Whatever you like. I'm just glad that you're here. Sorry, I've had a couple of these now, so I'm just a bit merry, and I'm just glad to be here doing this stuff for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this stream. I really, really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again very soon for another episode of Planet Hex. I've got to remember to end the stream now on a high. So